Hey, hey, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Dr. Catrise Austin, host of the Let's Talk Smiles podcast. And boy, oh boy, y'all know I was not going to go without doing a special episode of the Let's Talk Smiles podcast, because you know I like to do celebrity news, and when there's tea, there is tea, and when it includes me, you know I got to talk about it too. So let's get into it. I see all the people coming in. They want to hear about this Cardi B. My client Cardi B showed up on the internet with a missing veneer, and I got so many DMs. Somebody said, got a bag and broke her teeth. Well, I don't think that it's broken, but it is definitely something that is not in her mouth at the time that she shot this video. So we are going to talk about it. So as you guys know, you probably saw the blogs. She appeared to be shooting a video without a tooth. And I was shocked. I started getting all these DMs. I'm like, what is going on? And I saw it, and man, she looks a little different. So I want to talk about today why people have porcelain veneer emergencies. They are not so uncommon. And so I wanted to get on here and talk about it. I want to answer your questions because I was reading some of the comments, and people are talking about, why did it come off? I'm scared to get veneers now. Oh my God. Does this happen all the time? Why does the tooth look like that? So we're going to answer all of these questions. Lonnie Bliss says, you need to fix back your hard work. Well, the good news is, guys, I will tell you that the tooth is already taken care of. Everything is back to normal. It's a happy ending. But I wanted to get on here and let you guys know why these things happen. That is not so uncommon. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the top 5 reasons why porcelain veneers may have emergencies. Number 1, they can crack. If anybody knows anything about veneers, they are just like your own teeth, okay? They are bonded to the front of your teeth. If some of you guys don't know what a veneer is, it is a thin shell of porcelain that goes right over the front of your teeth. Sometimes shaving is involved and sometimes it is not. She did say she was eating a hard bagel, and we're going to talk about that. So the veneers are thin shells of porcelain that goes right over the front, and they're permanently locked to the teeth. We use a glue. It is bonded to the pores of your teeth, and it becomes one with your own tooth. Now, in order to get veneers, your tooth should be healthy. You should not have cavities. Your gums should be healthy. You should be putting these, dentists, on sound, healthy teeth. And if you don't, things can happen. Now, I always make sure that cavities and oral health is first. So that was the case in the case of Cardi B when I worked with her in 2016. So that's number 1. The teeth have to be healthy. This is glued on to the front. And anything that can happen to your real teeth can happen to a porcelain veneer. So can they fracture if you eat something hard? Yes, they can. Can they pop out if you eat something hard? They sure can. I'm reading some of the comments. Y'all are funny. All this bad teeth Dr. Montoya put on veneers. So they can fracture if you bite into something hard. Now, if you guys follow Cardi B, you know that she loves her some crab legs. You might have saw the video back in 2017, 18, where she was on a plane and she had her crabs and she was tearing those things up. It was like, she was tearing them up. She likes to do things with her teeth sometimes, eat hard bagels, bite directly in the crab legs. And when she posted that video, I'm going to pull it up too. When she posted the video of her cracking crabs, those big old City Island crab legs, I almost had a heart attack because I knew that one of those veneers were going to come off. And in the caption, she was like, oh, I ate the crab legs and the veneer didn't come out. So I'm really surprised that a bagel took her veneer out this time. I don't know what happened, but it might have been accumulation of having hard bagels or hard things. You just never know. But these things can happen. And if there is a cosmetic dentist out there that says, oh, my veneers never come out or fracture or crack, they are lie. They are lying. Don't you dare think that all cosmetic dentists place dental work in the mouths and no emergency ever happens. It can happen to the best of us, and it does sometimes. And it's quite embarrassing when it does happen, and I'm so glad that she had a a good sense of humor about it. That's the one thing about Cardi. She will have a good sense of humor. So if you bite into something, it can crack. And the next reason why it can dislodge is because of trauma. So if you have an accident, you play sports and you don't wear a protective guard, these things can crack or dislodge. Sometimes if you go to the wrong dentist and they don't prepare the teeth and make sure that the teeth are healthy and cavities are still on the teeth, if they put that veneer on a tooth and it still has cavities, oh, it's just going to decay underneath. Now, one of the comments that I saw on Hollywood Unlocked today was, oh, the teeth must have been deteriorating underneath. Well, that doesn't happen if the cosmetic dentist or veneer technician, I hate that term. If they are putting it on healthy teeth, then nothing happens to the veneer underneath because you're putting it on healthy teeth. Now, there is some maintenance that you have to do to make sure your teeth stay cavity free. You got to brush, you got to floss, you got to keep the bacteria levels down so that you don't get cavities. Because guess what? These veneers are right on the front of your teeth only. The sides of your teeth are still yours. The back of the teeth are still yours. And so just like with your own teeth, you can get cavities underneath your veneers. Sweet Pea's mom too says, Dr. Montoya put them on decayed teeth. Ooh, child. There are some people that they just do any kind of dentistry. I cannot confirm or deny if y'all trying to get me sued. I cannot confirm or deny what Dr. Montoya does. But I'm telling y'all to make sure that when you're choosing a dentist, you have a dentist that has a great track record and you know they do quality work. Anything can happen. Someone wants to know what composite is, and I'm going to get to that. So this is a porcelain veneer. Let me see. Composite is a plastic material. I have some somewhere, but not right here. It's a plastic material. It's kind of like Play-Doh. It's mushy. It's like a resin material, and you put it on the front of the teeth, and then you hand sculpt it, and then you harden it with the blue light, and then you file it, and then you make sure that it is nice and your bite closes down. So a composite veneer is done in one visit, whereas a porcelain veneer is done in 2 visits. With a porcelain veneer, we have to actually send it to the lab, and the lab makes these veneers. Composite veneers are hand sculpted by your dentist right in the dental chair, and it's a one and done situation. Somebody says, I miss your gap. Well, guys, I got veneers if you couldn't tell, and hopefully you can't, because veneers shouldn't look like veneers. I got veneers like 2 years ago. Luckily, I haven't had any problems with mine. I can bite into something any day and it could pop out or crack. So I am very, very careful. Listen, I actually had to pay for my veneers. So I'm like y'all, I spent my hard-earned money to make sure that I had a nice smile, and I ain't cracking crabs. There's crab crackers for that. I'm not biting into ice and doing nothing harmful that can crack it, that can dislodge it, and none of that stuff. So another emergency that can happen is that you have sensitivity. Now, anytime that you get your teeth drilled, and sometimes we have to do drilling for veneers, anytime that we're doing drilling and playing with the tooth, we'll give you anesthesia, there's always a chance that you could have sensitivity. It shouldn't be more than a week or 2, but sometimes it's prolonged sensitivity, especially if you went into the procedure with sensitivity. You could come out of it with sensitivity. It's not uncommon For anybody that's gotten veneers and they went home and their teeth were sensitive for a day, or two, a week, sometimes a month. I had one patient that had sensitivity that gradually went away for like 6 months. It was a long time, but it eventually went away. So someone wants to know, Legendary True wants to know, what's the lifespan and maintenance for composite? So I'll talk about the lifespan of composites and for porcelain. Now, composites is going to be, it's not as strong as the porcelain. So we can't give you, all of these things can last a lifetime, literally, if you maintain it. There's no time span for porcelain veneers. There's no time span for composite veneers. It's all in how you maintain it. Now, I just talked about brushing, flossing, rinsing, making sure you keep the bacteria down. If you grind your teeth, make sure you're wearing a night guard, like a plastic guard that you'll put over your teeth at night. If you play sports, you want to wear an athletic guard to make sure you're protecting your smile. So these are things that we talk about during the consultation. But the porcelain veneers are porcelain. They are a ceramic material. If you think about eating off of a porcelain plate versus a plastic plate, which one is going to be the strongest? It's going to be the porcelain plate. Which one is going to stain easier? It's going to be the plastic, the composite. So if you think about that analogy, the porcelain is stronger, is more stain resistant. The plastic is going to be weaker. It can chip and stain a little bit easier. But again, it's all in how you maintain it. Now, the composite will need to be buffed out every couple years because it really does pick up staining. Porcelain, these are really designed to not pick up staining. The porcelain does not stain as easily as the composite. So most dentists will tell you, you may need to replace a composite veneer every, 3 to 5 years is a general number that's thrown around. And a general number for porcelain veneers that's thrown around is about 10 years before you need to consider replacing it. But here's the thing. People think, oh, I got to replace all of them. That is a myth. If you have a problem with your veneers, you only have to take care of the one that you have a problem with. So if one veneer comes off, one veneer cracks, you just re-glue that one or replace that one, and you don't have to reinvest the whole mouth. That is a myth that a lot of people think. I just spent $40,000 on my veneers. Now in like 5 years, 10 years, I got to replace them. No, you don't have to do that. If you take care of them like they're your own 2 teeth, you will have them for a lifetime. But once again, it is not uncommon to have a dental emergency with porcelain veneers, with composite veneers. We all hate when it happens. It's embarrassing. I'm so glad that Cardi was such a good sport about it and she made fun of herself in the camera. Again, I did speak to her manager, her bodyguard. All is well. Tooth back in. She is back in business. For all of you guys that's wondering how everything is. The last thing that can happen in terms of emergency with veneers is that you can have gum irritation. And that is usually done when the veneers are not done properly. If the veneers are not done properly, they're too bulky, they're impinging on the gums, they are not fitting properly. That can cause plaque to build up around them. You could get gum infections. Your gums can bleed. They can get swollen. They can be tender. And those are things that we don't want to see. So it's all in who you go to. Because if they put some big old bulky veneers on and you're not brushing and you're not flossing, you, my friends, will end up with gum disease. And we don't want that. So once again, the top 5 porcelain veneer emergencies that can occur: fractures, they can dislodge, you can have sensitivity, gum irritation, and with composite veneers, you could possibly have staining of your veneers. They can start to turn brown. They won't hold that white color that y'all have been wanting and you've been paying for. That can go away. So again, why do these emergencies happen? Number one, you could have an accident. This was purely an accident. Cardi was eating a hard bagel as per her Instagram post. So if you have a hard bagel, Usually it might have been a stale bagel, because usually bagels are not that hard. Like I said, I've watched her have crab legs, biting into the crab legs with her veneers, and nothing happened. So you mean to tell me a bagel took her veneer out? Man, please. Hey, everybody. I see all my people from Michigan, Evelyn, Franklin. I see all of you. Who did her makeup? I don't know who did her makeup. If you're asking who did my makeup, I did mine. Okay. Wasn't that bad, but they still should have lasted. Listen, like I said, emergencies happen. And it got glued back on. You live happily ever after. So trauma and accidents, poor oral hygiene, which if you have poor oral hygiene, you're going to get cavities underneath. A cavity can form. Let me see. So let me show y'all how cavities. So you got the veneer on the, let's see. You got the veneer on the sides of the teeth because you're not flossing. You could get cavities underneath the veneer. So just imagine if the veneer is sitting on the front of the tooth. Boop, it's sitting on the front. And then you're not flossing. You're not doing this, which is part of the daily maintenance with veneers and your own teeth. If you're not flossing, you're not cleaning underneath and the sides of the veneers, listen, you're going to start to get a cavity underneath them. And if it grows to the nerve, you're going to need a root canal. We don't want that. And the bigger the cavity gets, the weaker the tooth gets. The veneer doesn't have a strong substructure. Boop, veneers pop out. And we don't want that. So that's why you guys have to use the right tools. You have to brush with an electric toothbrush. You have to floss. You have to use your antiseptic mouth rinse and make sure that you are killing all the germs. It is so important that you take care of your veneers, your investment. Veneers can range anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000, $4,000 a tooth. In New York City, in LA, some of these major cities, the dentists are charging big bucks. So when you pay for these veneers, you should be treating them like they are gold. Don't do anything that's going to ruin your veneers. Yep, it is what it is. I smile too much. Yep. Could you give a ballpark figure of how much porcelain veneers? Yep. So $1,000 per tooth to up to $4,000 per tooth. That's a little bit on the higher side. That is like some of the people that fly between Dubai and New York. You're paying for that kind of service, and that's going to cost you. And we have financing, guys. If you guys are thinking about veneers and you are like, oh, $1,000 per tooth, I don't have that money. Most people don't have that kind of money. This is like you're investing in a car, you're investing in a house. You get financing for these things, and you can get financing for your veneers as well. As long as you have a credit score of 520 or higher, you may qualify. So the first step, guys, is to get a consultation to see if you're a candidate. Your dentist will tell you if you are the right fit. You'll talk about how many veneers you want. You don't need all of your teeth to get veneers. Sometimes you just need 6. Sometimes you just need 10. Sometimes you just need 1 or 2. And that is up to you and your doctor to decide. If you go to the right dentist, they're going to match it to your natural teeth. That's going to happen. So don't worry about it. And if you guys want to see what your smile could look like if you were to get porcelain veneers, then you can head over to the link in my bio, and I will show you. If you upload a selfie, we can do a virtual consultation, and I will show you what your smile could look like if you were to get veneers, and then we talk about it. All right, so we got trauma or poor oral hygiene, sometimes just normal wear and tear. As you get older, your teeth can wear down, so can your veneers. So you just have to be careful not to grind your teeth. And again, watch what you eat. Somebody mentioned, they like using the water flosser. This is one of my secret weapons, guys, to cleaning your own teeth and certainly your veneers so you don't get bacteria around them and underneath them and they won't pop out. The water pick is like a car wash for your smile. It is literally something that you will put in your mouth and you're going to aim it at the gum line to get all that food, all that bacteria from underneath your veneers. So I had somebody said, Superwoman J, who did your veneers, Dr. Austin? Well, I had two different doctors. The first time where I got the upper veneers done first was right here in New York at the dental school. They have NYU cosmetic dentistry, the aesthetic center for dentistry, ran by the celebrity dentist, one of the original celebrity dentists, Dr. Larry Rosenthal. So I had mine done at the dental school. It was a training. So I had 5 doctors, y'all, doing my veneers, and it took about 2 visits, about a month apart. And then about a year later, I got the bottom done in San Francisco with Dr. Villavesser and Dr. Soto's office. So I had 2 different dental offices do it, and I am so happy. Thank you for that question. Hey, Dr. Austin, I'm not sure if you spoke on this already. I just joined. Were you able to fix Cardi's tooth? Well, I wasn't able to fix it personally, but I did check in. She got the tooth fixed. It's back on. Business as usual. All is well. So one of the things you want to make sure, and this is why I'm really, really cautious when you guys are talking about going overseas, because if you get your dental work done overseas, what if you have a dental emergency? What do you do? You got to make sure that you have a backup plan here in the United States. I prefer that you don't go overseas because just too many things can happen. You might get ghosted. A lot of these doctors, when you have an emergency, they won't pick up your phone call. They won't return your text, and then you are ass out. And we don't want that. One of the things about me is I have a network of dentists all across the United States, pretty much in any major city. So if you have any kind of problems, I got you covered. So it's not a problem. I always have a resource for my clients when they come to me if a dental emergency happens. I give my clients my cell phone number so they can text me pretty much 24/7 when there's an emergency, and I will do my darndest to get back to them as soon as possible. But we take emergencies very seriously. I, having veneers, know how I would feel if a veneer popped out. I would want it taken care of as soon as possible. But when you go overseas, sometimes the dentists here, they don't want to touch you. They don't want to have any parts of it, because the moment that we touch you and touch somebody else's work, we assume the responsibility. And a lot of dentists don't want to get involved. Once you touch one tooth and then the other teeth start failing, it's a whole can of worms. So you got to take that in mind. One of my clients, one of my followers, Chrissy Monroe, had a dental emergency with her veneer. She had a dentist that came over from Colombia to her office to do her veneers at her job, y'all. And she posted a couple weeks ago that her veneer, the front tooth, popped out. And when she tried to call that dentist, ghost. Was calling for like 3 years, and emergencies just kept happening, and he was ghosting her until she went public with it. So that's one of the things I really want you guys to be aware of, because you're investing your hard-earned money, and you want to make sure that if something happens during that span that you have these veneers, that you will have somebody to turn to, and they're not going to ghost you, or they're going to offer you a refund so you can get it taken care of in the United States. Something. That dentist that Chrissy went to wasn't trying to give no money back, nothing. So beware, okay? I definitely need and want financing for porcelain veneers. Okay, so if you guys would like to see if you qualify, as long as you have a credit score that is 520 or higher, you can click on the link in my bio and you can see if you qualify. You'll get an instant answer. And they're gonna ask you how much you need to borrow. Just think about, if you just wanna throw out a number, count how many teeth you think you need veneers on, and let's say $1,500 per tooth. Let's just say that, or $2,000 per tooth. So if you think you want all of the top teeth done, that's 10 veneers times 2, ask for $20,000. Just see how much you would qualify for. That is the link in my bio. Cherry Financing is thebomb.com. You can smile now and pay for it later with financing. There's other companies like Care Credit and other companies that I work with as well, but Cherry, like the approval rating is crazy. And I want you guys to put yourselves first. If this is your year that you want to have your veneers, then do it. All right, so we talked about trauma, poor oral hygiene, wear and tear, and sometimes, we've been talking about it, the dentist just does a bad job. Maybe your bite wasn't, they put them in, but they didn't make sure that your bite closes properly. If your bite is off, they can easily pop off. Easily. When I got my veneers, my bite was off a little bit. Luckily, I'm a dentist, so I was able to go to my office and adjust my bite to make sure that my bite closed down all the way. My concern with the veneer technicians, they don't know nothing about how to close a bite. That is not, you got to go to dental school and take courses to learn about occlusion, how the teeth come together, muscle function, how the teeth should hit each other. There is a science and an art to doing cosmetic dentistry, and I know you veneer techs think y'all know how it goes. Y'all think y'all doing something. Y'all lucky you're not going to jail with Trump. Let me stop. Y'all lucky y'all are not getting arrested for doing illegal dentistry. Your time is coming, I'm telling you. And we are tired of fixing y'all's mess, okay? I'm just saying. Veneer technician. Hey, Batty J. Hey. Hey, Amazing. Hey, Mama Austin. We're going to talk tomorrow. Hey, Noreen. Oh, I got to see you. Stay tuned. Consider going overseas. Glad I addressed that. I talk about it all the time because you guys don't think about the what ifs. So like Chrissy, she went to her lawyer. And her lawyer told her she didn't have a leg to stand on. And even if she did, you know what would happen? She'd have to fly to Colombia. She'd have to file a lawsuit in Colombia. She'd have to sit in court in Colombia and try to sue and get money. How you think that's going to work out? How much money is that going to cost? Y'all got to think about all of the things. If you go to the link in my bio, I have a resource guide. It's the Affordable Dentistry in the USA guide. It's a free guide where I tell y'all, I'm putting y'all up on game as to where you could get your dental work done right here in the USA at a fraction of the cost. And you're not going to believe some of the places offer free dentistry. Free, no money, all across the United States. So check that out if you guys have any questions. Do you have a dentist that you could recommend in Tennessee? Yes, I do. Legendary True. Make sure you DM me and I will get you that information. Stay tuned. Hey, Carmel. Hey, girl. Oh, I am so sorry that I didn't see you in Sacramento or your husband. I didn't see Batty J. Oh, I missed you guys when I was on the West Coast. Open your eyes. Okay. All right. What about crowns? Can I get them through Cherry too? Any dental work that you need, you can get with Cherry. Now, some of you guys get confused between a veneer and a crown, so I want to talk about that. So once again, guys, a veneer is a thin shell of porcelain. It's like the fake fingernail of dentistry. It's like a contact lens of dentistry. It's thin. It is very thin. It doesn't cover the whole tooth. It just goes over the front of your teeth. Unlike a crown. Now, a crown is this. And a crown looks like that. Big difference, right, guys? A crown goes over the entire tooth like this. So in order to give you a crown, we have to trim around the circumference of your teeth, shave down the biting edge, and then the whole tooth gets covered. The front, the sides, the back, your tooth, as you once knew it, is no longer exposed to the world. Unlike a veneer, once again, a veneer is just a thin shell that goes right over the front of the teeth. So this is really, really conservative. A lot of times people think, when they think of veneers, they're really envisioning in their head that they're getting a crown and their teeth are going to be drilled down. No, that is a myth. Oh, yes. So I'm reading the comments. So as I'm reading the comments, it looks like I'm looking down. If I was just talking straight to the camera like that, then I would be looking like my eyes are open. But I'm sitting here reading your comments and making sure that I addressed your questions. So thank you for the concern, guys. You are tuned into the Let's Talk Smiles podcast. We are talking about Cardi B and the veneer that popped off today. She showed it in a video today. Hollywood Unlocked featured it. Everybody's DMing me. Oh my God, Dr. Austin, your veneer came out. What happened? What happened? Does this happen? Oh my God, why does the tooth look like that underneath? So I wanted to get on and give you guys a little bite of celebrity smile news. And I wanted you guys to have no worry that veneers can have emergencies just like your own teeth can have emergencies. So don't sweat it. When it happens, this is what you have to do. So here's how we are going to address these issues. When you have an emergency, step one, remain calm. Don't freak out. I know it's hard. Don't freak out. It is going to make the matters worse when you're going crazy over a veneer popping out. Ladies, you can relate to this. When you have your gel nails or your tips on and a tip falls off, it's the same feeling. You're like, oh shoot, my tip fell off. My nails look weird. But what do? You go and get that bad baby glue back on. The same thing with your tooth. If a nail pops off, you glue it back on. A veneer pops off, you glue that baby back on. I know the nail tech is going to say these gel nails are going to last a month. And sometimes they do. A lot of times they do. But things happen. So I just wanted to make that analogy that it can happen. Don't freak out. The next thing that you want to do is call your dentist. You want to call your dentist. Hopefully you have their cell phone. You could go to the website, send an email, something. Many dentists will have an emergency after hours service where they can usually get your calls after hours. Now, if something happens in the middle of the night, there's nothing that your dentist, I don't know if the dentist is going to come in at 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. Be mindful of your dentist. Call first thing in the morning. There's nothing we can do when these emergencies happen in the middle of the night. Just be respectful because a lot of times we have our cell phones and there's nothing we could do until the next morning, but we get it. I know I get it. And if something happened with my tooth, I would probably be, it's that initial reaction like, oh my God, especially when you're shooting a video like Cardi was. Maybe you're in the middle of a meeting. We don't like when these things happen. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Yaya. She said, I am so glad that I tuned in. I'm going to do my homework on your site. Yes, please go to VIPsmiles.com. And if you guys are if you're thinking about getting veneers and you want to see the possibilities, my lab that made Cardi's veneers, makes a lot of celebrity veneers, Frontier Dental, will offer you a free before and after picture. So if you guys just want to see what it would look like if you got veneers, you can go to the link in my bio, upload your selfie, and you can see in 24 to 48 hours, you'll get an email and you can see a before and after of your smile and see what you would look like with veneers. I'm telling you, I had a gap between my teeth and I am so happy that I closed it. It was the best thing that I ever did in my life and I love my veneers. I wore clear aligners, regular braces. I've done it all and the veneers are just fabulous. It closed my gap. I got rid of my gummy smile. I got my gums lasered. My teeth are permanently white because you get to choose what color brightness you want. The one thing about teeth whitening is there's only so far. If your teeth are yellow, there's only so far whitening can take you. So sometimes you have to get veneers to get that brightness that you want, especially if you have white spots, dark spots, lines in your teeth, you have some defects in your teeth. Veneers are going to be the answer. Whitening is not always the best solution. Your teeth have to be a pure yellow color, a pure off-white color in order for it to work properly. And if you want to see if you're a candidate for teeth whitening, head over to the link in my bio or go to VIPsmiles.com. I do screenings and free evaluations for everything. So if you just want a little coaching, you want to just you want some guidance as to which way you should go, hit me up, guys. And I will, if you upload your selfie, fill out your information, I will get back to you within 24 to 48 hours usually. Nija says, is Cardi coming to you? Well, Cardi has been coming to me since 2016 up until last year. She already went, she's in LA or somewhere on the West Coast. She already got her tooth glued back in. I checked in. All is well. Life is good. She is back. So I love that she made fun of herself. I know all the blogs are going to pick it up. And I just wanted to get on and ease your mind, guys. I want to let you guys know that these things happen. We hate when it happens, but just like that, it can be fixed. Just like your nail, when it comes off, you get some glue, put that baby back on, and life is good. Now, when a veneer does come off, you want to make sure that you rinse it off, sterilize it if you have some peroxide or something to clean it off. Put it in a case, put it in a Ziploc bag, put it in something, because I've had people literally lose their veneer, their crown, and then they have to start all over again. And guess what? The lab is not going to be sympathetic. You're going to have to pay again. So be careful, store it properly, and you will be in good shape. If you find that you have sensitivity, you can actually go to the toothpaste aisle. You'll see that they have temporary glue. Some of the brands, Easy Temp, Dentemp are temporary glues that's right in the toothpaste aisle, in the grocery store, in Walmart. You can get it on Amazon. It doesn't hold that well, but if your teeth are sensitive and you just need to adhere something to it, you can get the temporary glue until you can get to your dentist. A lot of people don't know that. So there are things in the toothpaste aisle that you can have as an emergency. But what I don't want you to do is try to put crazy glue. Don't do nothing stupid. You know that crazy glue is not meant to be placed in your mouth. It could be toxic. I don't want you guys going to urgent care or the emergency rooms because you're trying to put this veneer back on because you don't want to call your dentist. No, no, no. Make sure that you get to the dentist. If you got to use temporary glue or go without until you get to the dentist, so be it. But don't use crazy glue, Gorilla Glue, none of that. Let's see. And then lastly, just know that, listen, veneers are great, but they are not error-proof. They are not the end-all, be-all. There are things that can happen with veneers, and they're great for transforming your smile. It's all about how you care for your teeth, and this is one of the things that you need to do every single day, whether it's your teeth or veneers. Brush, floss, rinse your mouth, clean your tongue, and just make sure that you're protecting your smile, particularly if you chew on pencils, bite a lot of hard things, you grind your teeth, you play sports. You are going to need protection to get the most out of your investment. All right. So let me see if there's any other questions. I see Miss Yaya. I had a gap too, and my previous dentist used composite resin to close it. That is a great alternative, especially if you are on a budget. That is so good. It definitely gets the job done. If I have an open bite, can I also get veneers? It depends on how large the open bite is. But yes, open bites are one of the easiest things to fix with veneers. So if you want to see what your open bite would look like if you were to get veneers, head over to the link in my bio, go to VIPsmiles.com, do the free before and after picture, and my lab will show you what your smile would look like if you were to close that open bite. But those are so easy. I love closing open bites because to close an open bite, now open bite is like this. Like your mouth, your upper and lower front teeth don't close. So we could close that with veneers as long as the open bite isn't too severe. We can fix crooked teeth, but these are all minorly crooked, minorly spaced, minorly open, minorly rotated. When your teeth are really, really severely crooked and spaced and all that stuff, you may need to get either clear aligners or traditional braces. Now, for those of you guys who are wondering and you want more information, I have a whole book, guys, called Porcelain Veneers versus Clear Aligners. I'm currently doing a whole video series on it that you can watch on my YouTube channel and my TikTok before they get banned in the United States. I'm doing that series, so I'm walking you guys step by step via video of my new book called Porcelain Veneers versus Clear Aligners, your solution to a straighter smile. This is on Amazon, guys, if you want to pick it up. I am dropping jewels, and you can also catch me on the Let's Talk Smiles podcast, where I'm going to air the videos that I am shooting for the video series. So it's going to be a long journey. We're going to do series by series and take you through the journey of porcelain veneers versus clear aligners so that you can make an informed decision. All right, guys, let me see if there's any. So I don't do full dentures. The only dentures that I do, thank you for the question, Yanni Heavy. The only dentures that I do are to replace a single missing tooth, okay? So if you have a single missing tooth, I can hide that missing tooth, especially if it's in the smile zone. You're missing like a side tooth because side teeth matter. If you're missing a side tooth, then we could do this single tooth denture. We can put 1 to 2 teeth in this. These are the dentures of today. They have no metal hooks. Let me just show y'all. No metal hooks. The gums just blend into the whole smile, so nobody has to know that you have a denture. It snaps into place. You don't need denture glue. These are the only dentures that I am doing. If you have 1 to 2 teeth missing, I can give you one of these for under $1,000. You could get your cherry financing. They will loan you money, $500 and up. So you can get your cherry financing, come in, we make a molding of your teeth, and you get one of these back about a week to 2 weeks later. It's fabulous, guys. So until you can afford a dental implant is one of these. If you have a missing tooth, you get a screw that's surgically embedded below the gums. That becomes your new root structure. And then we need to, so this, let me just show y'all how this works. Hold on. All right. So step 1, for those of you who have been thinking about dental implants, what happens is you see an oral surgeon or a gum specialist. You'll see a cosmetic dentist first, and then we'll make the referral. And then the surgeon will embed the screw below the gums to give you a new root structure. That has to heal for 3 to 4 months. And if you don't have enough of this bone right here to encase that implant, then we got to add bone first, artificial bone. That has to heal for 3 to 4 months. Then we drop the screw in there. The bone has to lock it into place. You see all these little these little grooves. The bone has to lock it into place. And then you are ready to get the top part, the part that you are waiting for. The next part of the implant is called an abutment. And an abutment is like your tooth. It's like a crown that has been trimmed around. So if your tooth had been drilled down for a crown like that, well, we've got to build this as well. So the lab will create this tooth portion, and then they will also create the crown that goes on top. And that, my friends, is how a dental implant works. Now, here's the next thing. Before dental implants became a big thing, dental bridges were the in thing. That's how most people replaced a missing tooth. Now, a dental bridge is one of these. Now, so you have a missing tooth. What we would have to do to give you a bridge is we would have to trim this tooth like we're doing a crown on that tooth. We'd have to trim that tooth like we're doing a crown on that tooth. And then the lab is going to make 2 crowns, 1 and 2, and a fake tooth that holds on to it. So this is like a 3-piece. You can't floss between your teeth. It goes right over, it covers the teeth, and it's glued on permanently. You don't take it in and out. Now, because this is connected at the top, you are going to need to do some water flossing to clean around it, to make it, make sure no bacteria gets underneath and around it, or you're gonna have this dislodge and pop off or fail. So we don't want that. So hopefully that answered your questions about all your missing teeth options. If you're on a budget, then I would say until you can afford a bridge or a dental implant, you get one of these, the single tooth Valplast denture. It's on my website, vipsmiles.com. You can see all about it, read all about it, and you could get one of these in a week. So if you got an occasion coming up, a wedding, a graduation, you have some social networking, you're dating, and you want to take pictures without a missing tooth, I'm telling you, this is thebomb.com. They're very affordable, under $1,000. I want to help my mom get some. She really misses her smile. Oh, that would be awesome. Oh my God, a Black woman dentist, yes! Gosh, I know we are out here, guys. We are definitely out here. Welcome to the Let's Talk Smiles podcast. Make sure that you guys subscribe to my podcast. It's called Let's Talk Smiles. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel as well. I am dropping all kinds of gems. I've been shooting videos for like 15 years, guys. I have so much information to share with you guys. I'm going to be continuing to drop these jewels, this dental information that you need to have. So come in for the fun and stay for the information. This is Dr. Catrise Austin bringing you the content in a fun and enlightening way so that you guys understand. I don't want you guys making mistakes with your teeth. I want you guys to have veneers and crowns and dental work that lasts forever. I want you, and you heard the saying, nothing lasts forever. But if you maintain and you treat them like they're your own teeth and you just take care of them, you can have them for a long time. Your natural teeth, veneers, crowns, and implants, you can have them for the longest. Hello, Farbell. Hello. All right, let me see if I got to everybody's question. Nails on 7th. Hey, girl. You know, yesterday I got so excited that you joined my live that I turned off the live. Are you dressed? Are you available? I would love to talk to you. I would love to see your lovely face. Dentistry has come a long way. We have Cardi B's nail technician on the live with us. I was just telling them, Jenny, that when a veneer comes off, it could be very similar to when a nail pops off. We hate when our tips come off, our gels come off, but, you know, emergencies happen. We tell people that it's going to last a long time, but sometimes emergencies happen. A nail might pop off. You just got to go in and get it glued back on. The same thing with the veneers. It's no different. Moni, baby. Hey, the Gary Bird. I see you guys. Yes, I am dropping all these jewels, guys, because I don't want you guys to be alarmed. I saw a lot of comments of people saying, oh, I'm not going to get veneers now if they're going to just pop out. It doesn't happen all the time like that, guys, unless you go to a dentist that just don't know what they're doing, or the patient got cavities. It's not something that happens all the time, but it can happen. And I wanted to get on here today and talk about it so that we could ease your mind, guys. It's okay. If you have an emergency, call your doctor. Take care of the veneer. Don't wrap it up in a napkin. Don't throw it away. Make sure you sterilize it. Make that appointment. Your dentist will get you in ASAP or get you to a doctor that's available. Glue that baby in, make sure your bite closes down properly, and you will live happily ever after. All right, so I think I got to all of your questions today. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in to the Let's Talk Smiles podcast. I hope you guys learned something new today, and make sure you come back and subscribe to all the episodes. Go back and listen to some of the old ones too, and you are going to be enlightened with today's hot topics, celebrity smile news, Mythbusters. We're going to talk about the connection between oral health and dental health and medical health, and so much more. So guys, stay tuned, and I will see you at the next podcast episode. Bye.